All right, there we go. Okay, ready to go. Awesome. 36 people. We need more people. You guys have to keep coming back every week. Let's go. First thing, I just want to mention that we're starting to post the recordings inside of the groups. If you're part of the Double Your Income Coaching team, those will be being posted in the Double Your Income Coaching Mastermind group. So just go and take a look. You'll see it's inside the guides there. But for everybody else, if you are looking for replays, I'm going to go ahead. If you're not part of the REMCM group, just posted the link there. Make sure to join that group. Replays will be posted the following. So when we have the calls on Thursdays, replays will be posted. They'll be processed on probably the Monday, Tuesday, and then posted Wednesday in the group. So almost a week after. So you'll be able to catch up, or if you missed one of the calls, you'll be able to go take a look at it. The reality is, and Cara and I were just talking about this earlier today, is that we want you guys here live. I know that it's tough to commit to an hour a week, but really add this call. If you're serious about social media and you really want to take this to the next level, committing 1 hour a week should really be, a priority. Add it to your calendars, time block it. And, if for whatever reason you can't make it, the replays will be available the following week. But again, the reality is that social media and really working it and leveraging it and adding it as a strategy to your business requires an awful lot of commitment. And, if you can't commit to the 1 hour a week and make sure that you're showing up here, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to truly leverage the power of social media. Requires a lot of commitment, it requires a lot of work. And so we want you to come here. We want you to hop on the calls. We want you to ask the questions. Please, jump on every week. The links, I know that I've gotten a few people that have messaged me. The link for this Zoom call is the exact same one every single week. We don't change it. So you can go ahead and just add it to your calendar. And the calls are, again, every Thursday at 1 p.m. So really quickly, I'll go ahead and get started here. Just for the new people that are here, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shane Hillier. I'm part of the Double Your Income Coaching team. My background is marketing. Cara and I have been working together for quite some time. Cara was actually in one of my early coaching programs, and that's how we met. And eventually, finally, after about 3 years of knowing each other, we just met in person last week, which was kind of fun. If you guys were here last week, I had Cara and I did an incredible TikTok. My dance moves are just spectacular. If you guys missed it, make sure to go watch the replay. Cara truly embarrassed me on the last call. So,
guys, honestly, guys, it took Shane like 5 minutes to learn that dance. So I was impressed. Impressed.
Well, I'm not sure I was.
But not all TikToks have to be dancing. Okay, yeah, so I can show you that we did.
So. Yeah, sorry. I just distracted thinking about like, oh my God. So again, if you're new here, we host these calls every Thursday. This is a social media marketing call for real estate agents where myself, Cara, will help you leverage social media primarily for generating organic leads and optimizing your profiles and all this other stuff. But I do believe eventually we'll jump into some of the paid marketing, TikTok, Facebook, and some of the other platforms. If you're not part of our Tuesday call, we also host a Tuesday call for real estate agents. That one, I'll actually see some of the coaches here. Walter Key is actually one of our coaches on that call. Every week we host that at 11 a.m. That's on Tuesdays. We have a different coach every week that comes on and talks about their successes in the business and what they've done. And it truly is a real coaching call. They sit down, they've got slide decks and everything. They're teaching you exactly what they do in their businesses. So if you're not part of that and you want to be part, actually, if you're on this call and you've registered for this call, you're automatically registered for that other call. So, and of course, my partner in crime here, Cara McMaster from McMaster Digital, one of the, I would consider you one of the top marketers out there, very well respected, very professional, and knows her stuff. She's working with some of the biggest teams in Canada currently, and she has agreed to hop on these calls with me and do this. And the goal here is to help as many real estate agents as possible. And fortunately for everybody on this call, the call is absolutely free and will always be free. So With that, Cara, I think that we can go ahead and jump into what we wanted to talk about, or what you wanted to talk about. And maybe we can give a little bit of a recap on what we've done in the past couple of weeks for the new people here.
Yeah. So where did my screen go? There we go. Oh, here's actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you guys this because it's actually kind of helpful. If anybody wants to use Facebook and doesn't want to get distracted, this is actually a blocker that I have. So nothing can come up in my newsfeed, and you can just pick a quote that you put on there. So if you want to stay productive and still use these channels, there are ways to do that. Social media does not have to be a time suck. As I say that, I forget which browser extension it is. So what I'll do for it next week is I'll make sure that I've got the link for you guys. But this is a really cool feature to have because it'll keep you on the straight and narrow, because you want other people consuming your content, not the other way around. All right, let's start off the top here. We are in week 3. So for those who have not been here for weeks 1 and 2, this is an 8 weeks foundation. I know everybody really wants to get into TikTok and they want to get better on video, and I'm there and I'm here for it. We're definitely going to go over that stuff. But I have to take you through this journey to even understand which platform should you be on, what should you be talking about, and at the very core of the foundation, do you have a recognizable, memorable brand that somebody's actually going to resonate with? So week 1, that is what we went over. If you want to go back and watch that video, we went through what the heck should your business be called? What should the branding kind of look like? And what is an avatar? So do the colors and the logos of what you've built for your business actually speak to that person that it is that you're trying to work with? Then in week 2, we went over how to optimize your profiles, because your profiles, believe it or not, really should be bringing on leads on autopilot, like good, hot, organic leads. I'm talking people who've been watching your stuff, they've been creeping on your profiles, but you've made it very, very easy for them to take action on something and become a lead. And it goes directly into your funnel because you've built it properly. So we went over that in weeks 1 and 2. I gave you all a little bit of homework. And today is your opportunity to do what we call open office hours. This was a concept taught to me a few years ago when I joined other coaching programs. And what I really loved was I find as an entrepreneur, and even us as, realtors, sometimes it can be a little bit lonely. You don't know who to go for help. Everybody just wants money from you. And it's really nice when you can come in and actually have an expert like look at your stuff live. It does cause you to be a little bit vulnerable because you're going to be sharing some stuff that you might not be super proud of. But again, kind of goes with what I'll say a lot about video. When people are worried about what others will think of themselves, people don't care. They don't care. People only care. I can guarantee you, if you're feeling bad about the thing that you're going to show me today, somebody else is just worrying about what their own stuff looks like. So don't worry about that. So here's how to best use our open office hours time together. We have scheduled them like once every few weeks. Once we've gone through a few modules, this is your opportunity to come in and have me look at your stuff live, get some live critiquing. We, of course, cannot spend time on one person for the whole hour. Be mindful. You are sharing this call with, right now, we have 45 other agents on the call. Everybody's going to have some questions. But if you want to skip the line and you're an A player, you're a guy who wants to get it done, I want you to email me first. You're going to email me at hello@mcmasterdigital.com. Now, a couple people have already done this, but you did it wrong. I love you guys, but you did it wrong. You got to put in DYIC help in the subject line, because me, being the automation lady that I am, have set up a filter that will automatically take that email and place it into my ClickUp, which is a fancy project management tool. And it will make it really, really easy for me to come on the call and address that first. So even if you're, for some reason, you're making money, that's why you're not here on this call. It's the only reason why I don't want to see you on this call is that you got somebody delivering you a check. If you can't make it to the call, I can at least address that for you right there on the call. So you're going to send me an email. You're going to put in whatever questions that you have. And then I have a special dedicated slide where we'll first open up the emails of people that have sent. So I've got a few already today. Rakesh had some amazing questions that I think is really going to help the group. So we'll definitely go through that, provided that Rakesh is comfortable with doing that with the group. But the next thing here is what you want to do is you want to enter in your question into the chat. I'm going to do my best to go through. If I skip yours and you're at the beginning, call me out, be like, hey, lady, I need your help. And I was first. So just let me know that. But I want you to have your URLs ready to go. Have your tabs open. Have the thing that you want me to look at ready to go, because we got time, and I'm going to speed it along. We got lots of help here for people today. I want to make sure they get that. The next thing here is you're going to share your screen. Right at the bottom of your Zoom, there's a little green arrow that says new share. Share the screen. Sometimes, let's say you're figuring out something in settings in Facebook, I can just take control of your screen and just get the thing done. And we can show everybody on screen without having me to tell you where to move your mouse. So those are some of the ways in which you can use these open office hours together. Does anybody have any questions on how to do that? Okay, let's go with, we got a couple questions here coming in. So Cliff says, all the old people here. So you want me to dance on TikTok? Just you, Cliff, just you. Everybody else doesn't have to dance, but just Cliff. I'm just kidding. No dancing, no dancing. What is your email and subject line to use? So it's right there, Tanvir. It is, so it's hello@mcmasterdigital.com and the subject line DYIC help. What I'm going to do here is let's get you a copy of the slides, because when you guys come join live on the slides, I give you a copy of the slides because it's important to keep. I know lots of us are going back and rewatching the classes after, and I do that too. So let me grab you a copy so that you can just save that in your Gmail. And when you need help, you can just drop that in. All right, cool. So last week, give you guys a little bit of homework because everybody loves homework. But my point, the reason why I give you guys homework and the reason why I do things, and I actually had somebody reach out because I coach in some other programs. I teach other agency owners like how to keep their clients around because I'm known as the client retention queen. And he came and he's like, why are you so good at coaching? And I said, honestly, I think it's because, and I'm not here to toot my own horn, guys. I'm seriously doing this because I like to see people get a tangible result. You're coming here, you're using up your time. It's your most precious resource by far. So you should be getting something done out of it. I went to Miami 3 weeks ago, paid stupid amounts of money for this workshop. But the one thing that I was really happy when I left was that I published a podcast while I was there. There was lots of stuff happening, but I got this big tangible result, and I know it's going to make me lots of money. And this what I'm showing you today, hands down, is going to make you thousands of dollars. And I mean thousands, like lots of closings for years to come, because once you build this once, it'll live with you for a long time, and your stuff is actually optimized to get people when they visit your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn to become a lead. And these social media leads are the most high quality leads that you will get outside of your referral network. Okay. So I'm going to start off here. Who bought gear? Who went out, bought? I want to throw it in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat. If you bought a gimbal, if you bought a ring light, or if you bought a lavalier mic, who here went out and did the thing? Okay, we got Catherine. Oh, Walter with the ring light. I like it. I like it. Yes. Nice. About 4 months ago. Okay, nice. Nice, Lisa. Good to hear. What was your hello email? So it's hello@mcmasterdigital.com there, Terry. And then Catherine's got a gimbal and a mic. I love it. I love it. Cool. Good to hear. All right, let's hear who created their downloadable guide. So you were tasked to create a guide of what your avatars wanted most. What are their biggest questions? What's going to cause somebody to give you their information? What's something different? I'm not talking a buyer's guide or how to sell your home in 12 tips, because those are tried, true, and tested, and ain't nobody want to download that. What did you come up with your audience? Who here did it? Still working on it. Okay. Vicky, I knew you'd be coming in.
I know, right? Like Vicky, I was thinking about it. It's like, I know Vicky did this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have to go back and watch.
We did take action.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong here, folks, but is that one person out of our group that did it? And no shame. I'm not here to shame. I'm just trying to get a legit sense of like, okay, before I go on to ideas, and I want to, as a group, come up with some of the ideas, because you're going to help somebody out that maybe couldn't come up with ideas for their avatar. But is there further clarity that you needed on what goes into that guide, how to create the guide? Well, how can I help you get this done? Okay, so I'm gonna take the silence as I'm the most amazing coach in the world, and I made that 100% perfectly clear, and that maybe you just need a little bit extra time. Is that what I'm? Okay, guide review would be great. Vicky, I am going to put you third. So let's get your guide out. We're going to show the class. Can't decide the topic. Amy, build on that for me. Tell me who your avatar is. Just throw it in the chat there. While Amy's telling me who her avatar is, I'd love to hear. I'm sure you guys came up with some ideas. So in the chat, please post who your avatar was. And for those who are here in weeks 1 and 2, no, it's not the famous movie that made millions of dollars. I'm talking about the person that you want to work with most, the person who is that young family. They are the retiree. They're the moving in from out of state. Those people that you really like to enjoy working with. Does it mean that we can't have other clients within our sphere? Absolutely not. But if you're going to make content and you're going to spend time and resources and money on attracting people, it might as well be people that you actually want to work with. Okay. Oh, I went very quiet. Okay. Can everybody hear me now? Is my mic working? It's what? I spend all this money on this gear. Vicky's saying yes. Okay, I'm going to try and not touch it. 1 second.
Yeah, you just went a little quiet.
Okay. No, you cannot hear me.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to try and stop touching my mic. I just get so excited about these topics that I really have to make sure that you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back up to the top here. So we've got downsizers and first-time buyers. We've got builders, divorce lawyers, senior living investors, Nashville out-of-state newbies. Okay, so we went over a few ideas last time, and you can totally steal my ideas, okay? But one of the best ways that you can think of ideas of what this PDF should be, what should the lead magnet be, is these person that you want to work with most. Think back to the conversations that you've had with them. Think back to the objections and the questions that they have been giving you because they are looking for answers, and that is why they're going to download this guide. So, for example, somebody here just said downsizers. So one of the great PDFs that we came up with an idea last week was you could create especially if you're on TikTok, you want to go after TikTok, create a guide for millennials to give them a checklist of how they can help their parents downsize and move out. How do they move into this phase of retirement life? So go back to the biggest questions. Keep it short, keep it simple. You want them to be able to consume the content in under 20 minutes. Okay. They need to be able to get a result from it, because if they can get a result from it, they will associate you as the guy to answer their problems. And that is essentially what we are doing 24/7 with our marketing. I'm your guy. I'm going to fix all your problems. Because at the end of the day, everybody just wants a nice big hug and be told that it's going to be okay. And I'm going to fix everything for you. Am I right?
Cara, I'm getting some comments here that your volume is still very low. Does everybody else can, like, mine's jacked right up here just so I can hear you?
Okay, let me see. Is that any better?
Oh, way better.
Yes. Okay, perfect. I think it was turned down. So thanks for keeping me in check there, guys. I appreciate it. Okay.
Is that better, guys? Is that better? Yeah. Can you drop a comment for those that message me? Yes. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Let's see. I'm going to turn this baby all the way up. How's that? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, if you have any ideas that come up, or you now throughout this call, as I've made some of those comments, try to think of like who your avatar is and what the PDF is, because it would be really good to give you feedback live here on the call. Because when I come back next week, we definitely want to have these things done before you're starting to make content. All right. That one was a little bit hard. That one took a little bit of power, but last week I gave you guys templates, the actual templates you could just pop right into Canva and create the banner cover. Who created their banner covers? All right, we're just going to keep going here because I'm not trying to throw shame. Anybody optimize their social media profiles? Did anybody go in, adding those links, change up all that stuff?
So Ray says he did his banner.
Okay, Ray, my man, Ray. Do you want to show us? Do you want to show us your banner? You don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. We'll get it rolling. We'll go through here. We'll take you on. We'll have a look at it. See how you did. Who here created their landing pages? No? Okay. A couple people here are saying that they missed the template. I will grab the last week's slides for you here. And here it is. Here is last week's slides. Let me grab this for you here. And in the slides, I'll show you the slide number. Just 1 second. Let me grab you the link. This is where you'll find the templates. So I gave you guys templates through Canva, which I love because Canva is my favorite. It's really easy to use. Templates for LinkedIn and templates for Facebook. So you just click on this link. There are 4 different options for you to choose based on which one you like. You can just go ahead and make the banner. It's really, really easy. You're going to pop in your photo, pop in a little image of what your actual PDF is. Maybe you want to throw in like a really, noticeable kind of location and, wherever your city is, throw that in the background. But that's where you can locate that there. All right. So I love doing this stuff. work team is very good. And last week I put together a pretty killer offer, and I wanted to open it back up to 5 more people. We have to keep it at 5 people kind of, at a time, just because it's very taxing. It's still quite a lot of one-on-one work, but I want you guys to be able to get this done. So if you do not have the capacity to do it and you want us just to come in, we're going to create the whole guide. Like, we'll write the copy, we'll design it. Like, you literally have to do nothing. You just have to tell me who it is that you're trying to reach. We'll create the landing pages for you so that people can opt in. It's your landing page. You use it for life. It's all yours. We'll build it on your website. We'll build it on your landing page software, whatever it is that you use. If you don't have yours, we can bring you on ours. It's no problem. And then we're actually going to go and optimize your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. On top of that, I wanted you to get a one-on-one call with the wonderful Sky. She's our social media and brand manager, also AKA Ninja Aficionado when it comes to TikTok. So she'd be really good just to have a one-on-one call with. So if that's something that you want, head to the slides. I'll share it one more time in the thing here. But again, I can only take 5. So if this is something that you want to do, you do want to do today, because we always go through these pretty quick. Cool. Let's go with, we're going to review some of the people who have emailed in. I'm going to pull open that special little spot where I pull all those in. While I do that, Ray, are you ready to show us your banner? I want to see what you came up with while I track down some of these questions, and then we'll open up the floor to everybody else.
Let's go. No worries. And I appreciate the time. I also added you, or that email link, to my team. I don't know if you received it that way. I was hopeful that you could see it. So
you added what do you mean you added me to the email?
So you can add team members, right? So I put that email help as a team member. So I was hopeful that the templates and the banners and the logo would go into that place where we were asking questions.
Oh, to the email. You're hoping that the banners would reach.
But you said it went to the special junk drawer. So it's probably in the special junk drawer instead of where you keep all those that you love and treasure.
Okay, well, we can go and take a look. I'll take a look and see what's going on with that. But if you just want to just go ahead, share your screen, and let's take a look at what you got.
Okay. Okay, can you see the Canva?
So you have to go ahead and share your screen. So just click the little green.
I did, my friend. Hold on. I did, my friend. I thought I did. Okay. I am clicking on share screen. Share. Yeah. Awesome. And
there we go. Now it's starting screen sharing. Okay.
Do you see it?
So is this which I'm looking at your logos here? Is that what we're looking at?
Well, we can, or we can look at the banners, right?
Let's have a look at the banner for now. Okay. Let's pull this open right here. Nice.
Or if you just want to take control and go, because here's the banner. I've saved them as banners, LinkedIn banner.
Okay, let's have a look here.
Oh, I will approve you, my friend. Absolutely.
Perfect. All right.
In you go. Rip me apart, Carl. Rip me apart. There's no safe space here, Shane. No safe. Run for your lives.
We got Ray bringing in the energy today. Okay, so we've got.
Imagine that.
A few different banners here. So we've got this one here for LinkedIn, and then I'm assuming these 2 here you've decided not to use, right?
No, that one's horrible. That's just a copy. But you can click on that if you wish.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now what I see from these 2 is they're both completely different. So you actually want these to be totally the same. You want them to be, because you need congruency. So when they come to your Facebook or they visit you on YouTube. Yeah.
So when you say different, what are you saying? I'm not sure. Well,
look, you've used different images. You've got a little bit of different branding color here. You've got this orange up here. It looks like you've got like a little bit of white, yellow, and black going on here. So they're different. Even though you've used some of the same guides, they to me almost look like 2 different brands. Does that make sense?
Love it. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense. I haven't chose the actual logo yet.
Okay, that's okay.
So I've got 4 to you.
Okay.
And I wanted to get some feedback there.
Okay.
Again, just playing around with the template. I think I liked. I just wanted to see what it would look like. Right. This is what we're trying to do. Trying to chew up which one seems to fit. Does the side by side look better? Does the 4 look better? I don't know.
Yes,
and again,
I clicked on.
Playing through.
Yeah, so I clicked on this one because I like this one the best. It looks the cleanest to me. The one thing here that I would recommend here is choosing a bolder font just so that you can easily see what this is. Is this a quote? John is the best realtor
No,
we've
hell
ever.
no.
Okay.
No, that's just all template shit, right?
Okay.
All I wanted to do is try to get something so that we could have a palette
Yep.
to move forward with. Not
Yep.
something
Yep.
I'm not in love with any of these things. I'm begging you guys to try to focus me on that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're the ninja. You and Shane are the ninjas. So I'm just trying to bring some weak game.
The logo that you've chosen here, be really careful when you go. I'm assuming that you designed this on Canva here, right?
I did.
Yeah. So I would really recommend checking out a service like 99 Designs or something like that, because it's like $100 to get a logo and they'll submit all different kinds of designs for you to take a look at to see what you like best. Right. But when you choose a logo with something like a black background and you've got this gray font, it's very, very, very hard to read. And then when you choose logos with these like black backgrounds, unless you put some sort of a shape around it, it becomes hard to put it onto other things like banners, postcards, landing pages, things like that. So it's not to say that your color scheme is wrong, because it's not necessarily wrong, but the ways in which you used it I would recommend not.
So again, perfect. Again, very new to Canva.
Yep.
This is the transparent. I think I just, because of time, didn't have a chance to change that background so it would pop a little bit more. Yep. Because when we initially made it transparent and you just had the white little check on it, that's how it would show up when you put it into something, when you dragged and dropped it. So just working through, I completely agree. Yeah, I probably am going to stay with this or the crown. If you can look at the crown, I'm choosing those two. I'm perfectly good with that. I don't look, Amazon, McDonald's, Jersey Mike's, they didn't overthink this shit. You know, it can be really easy, and it needs to be easy. And this, I've got a story behind, just like my former investment logo. It means something to me. And I think it doesn't look wordy, meaning like you did it on Word. I don't need to pay $100. I don't need to pay $60. I think I'm good with that. So the color is mainly what I'm wanting to get from you to Shane. Because guess what? We've all done, if you've done business in Asia and you present your business card, you do it with that, facing them with both your hands. This is me. At the end of the day, this is me.
Sure.
I don't think anybody's going to pull on I-35, stop and look up and say, oh my God, what a beautiful logo. Who the frick cares? They're going to know when you talk to them, how they make them feel, how you do, how you react, what's your expertise, how involved are you? Are you consistent on social? Are you real? Are you authentic? Do you know when to have fun? You know, I mean, it's just like, that's the shit that matters. So but I appreciate the input. I really do.
Sure. But we'll explain to the rest of the classes, like, okay, so at the end of the day, do you need to go and spend a whole ton of money and resources on a logo? Like, should you be out there talking to as many people and buying and selling real estate? Like a freaking of course. Okay. But we, at the end of the day, we are here to build businesses that are going to scale, beyond us. A lot of us, want to be able to make money while we're not always having to do it. And while logos are a small part of it, they're a very subtle part that leads down a pathway that builds an overall image and brand of what it is that you're trying to represent. So with the logo of what you've chosen here, Ray, like who's your target market? Remind me of that again. It's the older demographic, right? No. You're on mute there, Ray.
I'm sorry, I've got a fan up here going and I'm just trying. I've got 4 real pillars. I've got builders, I've got investors, and in the middle, I've got divorce lawyers. And I wanted to put senior living, first-time home buyers, because I think they kind of blend together. There's some interaction there that would be fun. But if I were to pick 3, divorce lawyers, unfortunately, right? But big-time business, builders, big-time business, and investors, big-time business. Those are the 3 I'm going for, because I believe I can talk to them best. Especially when it's golf related or yacht or
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I like the image of what you've gone for that certain demographic. I'll say play around with a white background, black font instead of the gray font, because it's going to pop a little bit more. And then try play around with that to see. I think that'll just change it up real quick for you.
I love it.
Cool. Thanks, Ray. Let's pull it open. I'm going to stop remote control, and you want to go ahead. There we go. And let's go over to some questions that we've had here. So first things first, we've got Rakesh. Rakesh, are you okay if we go over this as a class? I didn't actually get your permission from that, but I just mentioned that we would do that today.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. So Rakesh has been invited by one of the homes to plug his services at their open house. He is looking for some tips on the best way to make use of the opportunity to start gathering material for social media would be appreciated. So you're explaining that like the open house that you're going to, is it a notable listing? Is there anything special about this open house that's happening?
It's a retirement home, and
Okay.
I've been getting in touch with a bunch of different retirement homes over the past, I don't know, couple of weeks or so. So
Okay.
I'm getting my first meetings with them to try and go in there, figure out what it is that they're looking for, how they get the vacancies filled.
Okay.
So as part of one of those things, they asked me to come and do a not presentation, but set up a table with my information on there.
Okay.
And to be honest with you,
Perfect.
because I've never done any of the residential retirement homes before, I put together that flyer that I sent out to you. I can show you what I've got so far.
Okay.
Can I share my screen?
Yep, please do.
Let me know when you can see it.
Yep, we can see it.
Okay. So this is the website that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks or so. So it's coming along. I've got a lot of the stuff pretty much there.
Mhm.
I need to fill in a whole bunch of things, the logo and all of that. And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. As far as the logo goes, what's the intention? Is to make it look attractive or make it look similar to that flyer I sent it to you? Let me just bring up the flyer. This is what I had printed out. Literally, I did that within a day to try and get something printed in the time that I have between now and Saturday.
Yep.
So I put this together. I don't have a logo or anything right now, but at least this gets the conversation going.
Yeah.
That's what the intention was.
Okay.
And what I like to be able to do is, when I go there and somebody comes along, what is it that I can gather for social media as far as material to put up later on? I can't do it right now because I'm not active on social media right now.
So couple things with your logo. If you're looking for some ideas already, I'm seeing something where you could play on the words here, like downsizing and making downsizing smaller. You could also do something with some actual homes where the homes are getting smaller. So there's some really fun things that you could do in terms of the logo. Immediately when I start thinking of like the content and things that you could be coming up with, did you by chance pick up the gimbal that I showed you guys last week?
I have one.
Perfect. Those work really, really well for when you're doing an interview, and I want you to shoot it in vertical style, not square. So you are going to have to get close, be prepared to, bring some gum with you, because we always get worried about our breath when we're talking to somebody real close. Like get in there and have prepared 3 to 5 different questions on different persons that are at the retirement center who are going to help facilitate along what this transaction is going to involve. So maybe they have a real estate
resident. These are residents at the retirement center or people who are coming in to see the open house?
So the people who are facilitating any of the real estate transaction that will help the people who are making the purchase or moving in and out of these residences. So like if there's a real estate lawyer who helps along, if there's any sort of moving services or people who help anything to do along with that transaction, so that they can you can start to answer questions about how they help with that. And then you're going to do an interview style of content and just have 3 to 5 questions, aim to do like between 3 to 5 minutes per person that you're going to talk to. Tell the person that, hey, we're just going to go on video. We're just going to have a regular conversation. Just keep in mind that not everybody is always going to be super like happy to be on video. Just make them feel really nice and comfortable, and how well this is going to be for them. I would collect their social media profiles and then store that in your phone, understand, so that you can tag them and all of their stuff and then ask them to share it, because it'll help grow your network as well. But that would be one of the best ways, and I would look at, when you're coming up with those 3 to 5 questions, if you can come up with a hook beforehand or, during, then so be it. But a hook is basically like trying to get somebody to watch beyond the first 3 seconds, and you're creating that FOMO, that curiosity. They're going to stay and they're going to watch. So it's helpful if you can come up with that before, so that you can introduce them as the hook. Like, hey, I'm going to introduce you to this real estate lawyer who knows how to save people over $20,000 on their transaction or something like that. It's to get the persons to watch, but that would be a really good basic start. And always I say shoot for the trash. So don't worry about what you're shooting if you're not going to use it. There's so much content that I grab that I never actually use. And get as many photos as possible, and then get some B-roll while you're there too, right? Get B-roll of maybe the residents. So B-roll, sorry, thank you for calling me out on this, because it's another thing, got to be clear. B-roll is a term in video production when, say, you're shooting a shot of like somebody drinking like a coffee or a bus coming by. It's those little filler shots that can take away from maybe a boring, not the most engaging conversation, but to roll some things in. So some B-roll of people coming in and out of the residence, people shaking hands, people doing business, people learning about things, because then you can intertwine that with the various interview clips. You typically hear, Rakesh, like you could get a lot of TikToks, a lot of reels, a lot of different video content done out of this one day. Like you could get a lot of content if you're smart about it. So grab your gimbal, grab your phone. If you have a lapel mic, I would recommend that. The next big thing here, let me grab it 1 second. So another thing that I love, and this is not to make you guys a whole bunch of gearheads, but this is a power block, and it gives me 3 charges. It'll charge my iPad, it'll charge my gimbal. I never leave home without this baby, because especially when you're shooting content, your phones don't last as normally long as they would. So Rakesh, I'm assuming this is the logo that you've made?
Yeah, this is something that I put together. I'm not, again, the blue theme kind of goes with the PDF that I sent out to you. I was playing around with different colors, trying to figure out a tagline or something. Yeah. So I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but if you have any thoughts, literally I just put this together yesterday. So
you know what, I like it. I think it resonates with your audience. I think with the type of avatar of whom it is that you're talking to. I like your next home run. I like that as a tagline. I'd say for now, I think it looks good. I would say I do think it's worth investing in a little bit of branding help once you're ready for it, to come in and just tighten this up a little bit, because you do want this to not just speak to the elderly community. You want this to also speak to like their kids or their grandkids, so they can recommend you as their guy. So we just want to update a little bit on what you've got, but I say for now, move with speed. I think this looks good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. What else did I have? So on the 27th, we got, okay, sorry, Ray, I've got your stuff here. It did come in. They found it. It did come in. So we've got your stuff here. I've got Kenneth here. Kenneth, extended question, his primary marketer seniors who are either downsizing or becoming part of the sandwich generation. So adults bringing in their parents and children. And he's also mentioned that it's a little bit intimidating for the social media. So do we have Kenneth on the call today? Kenneth, are you here today? Okay. So Kenneth, if you are coming back and you are watching the recording, I do want to understand a little bit more about like, where are you struggling, and a little bit more of where your questions are coming in from. Again, dealing with the sandwich generation, parents bringing in their children, downsizing. There's already, I can see some of the guides that you should be creating. So what does a child of a senior who's going to move in, what does that process look like? I would even talk about, is there certain tax breaks that they can have by doing that? How can they facilitate the sale? What can their responsibility in their sale? Can they speak on behalf of their parents? There's all different kinds of things that you as the expert can do when you're trying to answer these questions for them. So again, for those who may not have the questions right away, and you know that you've got a client in your roster that you help with this very thing, just give them a call. Call them up 5 minutes, just ask them some pretty simple questions. So, all right, we're going to open up the floor now. So if you have questions about your avatar, your branding, your banners, your whatever it is that I could possibly help with you with today, keep in mind, I charge lots and lots of dollars for one-on-one time with me. So this is your time to get all the free help in the world. So put yourself off mute and let's hear what I can help you out with. So no one's going to bite. We're all friends here.
I'll bite.
Catherine. All right.
So I just quickly went into Canva and did a quick banner.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you want to look at it?
I do. I absolutely do.
So where am I doing this then? How am I?
So right at the bottom of your Zoom screen, there is a big giant green button that says share screen. Just go ahead and hit that, and then you're going to choose which screen that you're going to do. And then Maria, I see yours has come through here. We'll take a look at yours in a second. Okay. I like. Okay. So I like this. The only thing that we're missing here, Catherine, is your guide, right? So we are using our banners. Were you here last week, Catherine?
I was, but I haven't done the guide thing yet.
Okay. Fair enough. Once your guide is ready, you want to come back and include that because that's the call to action. So when they see it, and again, for those who weren't here last week, when they see the banner and you have that as a call to action to download and they click on the banner, they think that they're opening it up to get it. When it opens up to a link that allows them to go to the landing page and download the very guide that you're giving them. But I like the nice clean look of this. We've got Ontario and Florida broker. Okay, yes, Catherine. Yes, okay. I remember we had a conversation last week, right? We talked about this for a little bit, didn't we? That's right. We have to. Shane and I are curious about your Florida venture over there, but that's a whole other thing.
Dual citizenship. She was one of them.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so we talked about you, Catherine, this morning.
We're trying to figure out how agents from Canada are getting licensed over there, but now you're dual citizens. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
cool. So I like what you've done here. Right sizing you and your family. I love that little tagline. It's nice. It's short. It's sweet. It speaks exactly like who I am and why I would use you. I like it. Are these the brand colors that you have always had, Catherine, or do we just choose these?
So I created I had to do with my switch to EXP. I had to do some new signs and stuff. So I did. Can I go out of here for a minute and show you the sign that I tried to make up?
Yeah.
Because it's the same, similar coloring. I gotta tweak it. How do I go to my projects here? So I was playing around with quite a bit of different options.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of landed on, well, they won't let me do this one. They being EXP. I don't know why they won't let me do 2 QR codes. So I wanted my 4 sale signs, that go on the lawn, to have USA and Canada, because then they could scan and go to my individual websites. So
do this. So just so they're right. They were right in telling you no, because I would tell you no, but you could just have one code that goes to a highly optimized mobile page that asks them, are they Canadian or American? And then based on the answer, we'll take them to the correct website.
Oh, how do I do that?
So what website are you on? Are you on a WordPress? Where do you host your stuff?
I just right now, my websites are through EXP. So it's whatever ones they gave us.
Okay.
I do have a GoDaddy for my my domain name, Smiley Real Estate.
You likely don't need it. Go back into your website, go build a very simple landing page, and you literally just need at the top a title that says, are you Canadian or are you American? Okay. And then give a little flag on each, and then allowing them to click here, and then the links will just go to the desired locations.
Okay.
And the reason why I say so just so you guys know, there are services out there like Linktree. I think we might have briefly talked about this last week, but there are services out there like Linktree or other services that will allow you to build these mobilely optimized pages, because places like Instagram only give you one link to be able to do something. However, you don't want to use outside services because you cannot attach your Facebook pixel on there. And what you want to do is you want to own the traffic. If you're going to you've got somebody coming to your profile, they click on something and they go somewhere, you want it on something that you own, something that you have a Facebook pixel on, so we can go ahead and retarget those people. That's going to be a perfect solution for you there.
So the other thing I have on here that I changed is that phone number, that 647. Yeah. So that's actually my smart number through KB Core. So instead of putting my cell phone number there, I put that number so that everything dumps into my CRM.
Yeah. And that's okay to use like pool numbers. I like using pool numbers so that you can understand where leads come from, because you should be doing that. So for everybody else on the call here, what Catherine is doing is identifying where the leads are coming from. So you can set up their systems that will allow you to see, this came from Facebook, or this came from a billboard, or this came from a bench whichever, so you can use different phone numbers, but that's okay. That's okay. But is what I'm looking at right now, like, what are you using this particular, is this a social media image? Is this something that you're printing? What is this for?
Yeah, so this is new. I started this the other day and I'm just sort of playing with it. So, I mean, originally this came from the concept of my for sale sign that I have to put out on the lawn, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of where that came from.
Okay.
Which is sort of looks like this, right? But except they made me remove those QR codes. So
Right.
really, it's going to be quite basic now. I'm sure I have one in here somewhere without that, but
so
anyway,
have they given you an example of when you use a QR code that includes a call to action?
are you saying, did you give me one or am I?
No. Did EXP, did they ever give you like an example of one? Okay. So something that you,
maybe they have it. I don't have it.
Okay. Something that you might want to consider is giving somebody a reason why they should scan the QR code in the first place, right? Somebody might not know like what is that for? So like your first sale sign could be like, you know, getting the downloadable guide to that specific home. Just as an idea as to why you would scan that QR code, and then that person becomes into your funnel. So just try to think of ways that you can give them a reason that they would actually want to scan in the first place.
Okay.
But it's nice. I think it looks clean. I think you're using Canva well. I think, you know, I like your brand colors are quite regal of whom we're going for. I know your avatar, and I think you've chosen well.
Yeah.
So good job. Good job. And way to get that done. I love that Catherine just did that live on the call. So it was very, very cool. All right, let's look at some questions here. KV Core so much in the past 5 months, and I keep learning so many wicked cool things. I love EXP. Yeah, Jeffrey, KV Core is a really, really cool program. When you know how to use it, it can definitely work well. Shane says, is there any way to get the call link out a little earlier in the week so we have more time to work on the stuff before the call? This is great. Thanks, Tom. Thanks. You know, we might be able to work something out for you. I think what we're trying to do is make sure that we get everybody here live on the call, because when you're live here, you get to ask those live real questions. But I do get that you want to go back and reconsume and do things over. So we'll see if we can make that happen for you. Oh wait, we have 7 minutes left on the call, and I want to make sure that I am answering all of your questions so that we can get this done, because next week, I think we're going to start building out our content roadmap, if I'm going correctly off of memory here, which means that we're going to start building content. So you want to have this is like the foundation. This is the 101, most important thing. Yes, Jen, this is recorded. So don't worry, you'll be able to come back and watch it. All good. You don't know what KV Core does. KV Core is just a really fancy CRM. It allows you to do some Facebook ads, lets you to sort your CRM well, it can give you a website, some really cool things. There's a bit of a steep learning curve there, but once you do, or hire somebody to do it for you, it can work really well. So what other questions do you have about creating your Canva templates, creating your PDF? Maybe it's the landing page that you need clarification from.
Hey, Cara.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just going to add for Catherine's banner, just something that everybody should be mindful is the mobile views. And I noticed on Catherine's banner, her email address is kind of at the bottom middle. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you look on anybody's profile, your picture appears directly in the middle above, like it goes and it overlays on top of your banner. So if you have, you know, in Catherine's case, for instance, if you have that email address there, it's just not going to, you won't be able to see it. Most people are navigating these social sites on mobile. So you're best to sort of keep that middle bottom space empty as much as possible. And any of your contact information or your call to actions, you want to keep them on the sides.
Hot tip.
Yeah. So just a little thing there.
Hot tip, Shane. Hot tip. Basic training. Okay. Yeah. I know you've been asking for that, Vicky. Let's add that to the cards for next week. I'll make a note right now, and we'll do a quick basic Canva training. I might even do something separate here, Shane. Maybe we can throw it in the group, just because I know we've got some Canva aficionados on here, and I want to use your times effectively, but I want to make sure you need to use Canva as well. So all good. Okay. Well, if there's no other questions, I'll remind you one more time that I can just come in and do this whole thing for you, and I will save you all kinds of money, and you should get a huge ROI on this, because even if you only get one deal, That's a massive ROI. But seriously, folks, I want you to get this done because what we are trying to do is there are so many people who are going to click on your ads. There are so many people who are just going to watch your videos and they'll never interact. They'll never like and they'll never engage. And this is just the reality of what social media is. But what they will do is they will come back and they will stalk your profile and they're going to make very quick judgments on you if they should be doing business with you. And if they want to do business with you, you need to get their contact information right away and they need to be hitting your nurture profile because I want them to work with you, not their random cousin who sold one house back in 2018. I want them to sell with you. And they're going to do that because you gave them a really great piece of information that was answering their question. So if you have troubles with this, remember to reach out to hello@mcmasterdigital.com in the subject line DYIC, and my fancy automation tools will bring that in and we can highlight on the call. We always leave a little bit of time, even when it's not an open office hours, to review some stuff. I want to make sure that you guys are good to go. Lisa's asking for YouTube training. Lisa, what can you, like, other than like understanding the platform, are you asking like how to film the content or like what are your specific questions around YouTube?
I think she's saying.
I was answering a question.
Oh, you're answering a question. Got it. Okay. Oh, Canva. Yes. YouTube University, my favorite place. It's like I could credit my entire career to that.
I just want to remind everybody about, first of all, how critical optimizing your profiles, especially if you're going to leverage social media. It's so critical. Like doing these banners, having your call to actions inside of your banners. It's one of these overlooked strategies that nobody does. When we first grew our first group, which was the real estate marketing conversion mastery group, we grew that to almost 10,000 members in under 6 months, which was one of the fastest growing Facebook groups for real estate at the time. And we did that because of all the owners, all the creators of that group. And we all created these banners and we were jumping in groups and we were talking to people. And I know for a fact, people were coming back. We were tracking all the link clicks through the banners. And we just grew really, really quickly. And you'd be surprised on how many people, and Kari just said this, how many people you interact with will go back to your social profiles. Everybody does. Every time I talk to somebody, I just got a deck built. The first thing I did is I went and looked up the guy and to see if he had an Instagram account or something, so that I can just make sure that this guy's legit, right? I mean, everybody does this now. So it's so critical to have your profiles optimized. So you got your banners, a good profile picture of yourself, not a logo, because people don't relate to logos. You've got all your links properly set up. You got a website link, you got an Instagram link, whatever it is. Make sure that these are optimized. The other thing too is I want to remind you that last week we had 56 people on this call. We went through this step-by-step training. We gave you the templates. And on this call, 3-4 people did the work. So my point is, it's not to say, listen, you guys didn't, get to work. My point is that nobody is doing this. Nobody is. Nobody's taking action. No agents aren't optimizing their profiles. So you have a huge advantage here where you can actually steal that traffic from people. You can actually start collecting those leads through your profiles. So I would highly encourage anybody, if this is your first time on the call, go watch the replays. People are asking, where do we get the replays? They're posted in the Real Estate Marketing Conversion Mastery Facebook group. That's where they are. If you're part of DYIC, they're in the mastermind group. Let me grab the link again and I'll throw it in here. And then let me just grab this here. All right, so join that group and then use the hashtag DYIC Thursday coaching call. If you search by that hashtag, you'll always find the calls. That's it. That's my rant.
We just want you to win, guys. We just want you to win. We love you so much. We want you to dominate, get this stuff set up. I know it could be a real pain. And when you're a realtor, there's like a million things that you have to do and you have to wear all the hats. But once you get this set up, you don't have to do it anymore. So it's all done.
Yeah, it's the beautiful thing about this stuff. It lives on, right? Like it lives
on.
I haven't changed I paid somebody to do my banner. But the one I had before that, like I built it in an evening, and then it sat there for a year and a half. So,
Yeah.
Shane,
Rakesh says, can you repeat the hashtag again?
Oh, I posted it. Like it's in the chat. So it's hashtag DYIC Thursday coaching call.
Can we get the week 1 size? Yeah, Tanvir, of course you can. Of course you can. Let me open that up here. Cool. While I'm grabbing that, last chance for any other questions that you guys might have. All right. Who's loving the pace? We need to speed up? Do we need to slow down? Speed up, Ray says. Catherine says it's great. Hashtag and Tanvir. This is so you can easily find it later. Vicky says slower. Lisa says, thank you for your time. Jen says, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. It sounds like for some we're doing okay. Sounds like some we need to go. I'll definitely say for you want it slower or you want it faster, watch the recordings, slow it down, speed it up. That'll definitely help you there. But keep your feedback coming in. I really do want to utilize your time well. I am a very busy person myself, so I get it. I know when you give up your time to somebody, you come in like this, that it means a lot. So I appreciate your time on this. But each week I'm going to hold you guys accountable. It's a big part of what I do. And we kind of announced it at the beginning is that it's one of the best things about doing any sort of group coaching environment is that when you are surrounded by A players and people who are making things and moving things, I don't want you to get left behind because when we get to week 8 and your content is pumping out, we're going to have agents on here who are going to come in and say, I just got a listing, Kara, from X, Y, and Z. And I want you to be one of those people. And I don't want you to be left behind. So I'm just going to grab the slides here from week 1. We've already dropped in week 2 and we've dropped in week 3. That's it for me, guys. I appreciate all your time.
Just really quickly, Carl, what are we covering next week?
Let's have a look here and go back to our schedule. Week 3, week 4. We're week 4. Yeah, we are. So next week, we're going to build the content roadmap. I'm not going to show you what it is today because it can look a little bit of a beastly thing, but it is a very fancy Google Sheet that we have used internally as a company for the last 5 years when we are developing content. And it basically will allow us to come in and figure out literally hundreds of different topic ideas because it's a really cool copy generator that with a few inputs of you spending about an hour on the 3 to 4 different avatars, biggest questions, problems, and concerns, it's going to give you literally hundreds of different topic ideas that you can be speaking on and could potentially build out what your content needs to look like for the next 6 to 12 months. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Be prepared to be intimidated, but I promise you that towards the end of the class, we will get you there and we'll get you on the straight and narrow. And of course, there will be in future another open office hours where we can come in and take a look at it. But I'm going to give you some examples. And there's like not an avatar that we haven't done this on. So I'll have lots of ideas for you. Cool. All right. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll throw the recording in the group. Check that hashtag. Shane, you got any last parting words there for us?
Well, that's about it. Thanks so much, guys. Make sure to tune in again next week, Thursday, 1 p.m., same time, same link. Add it to your calendars, guys. That's how, people always say if it's not in your calendar, you're not going to do it. So I definitely recommend adding it to your calendar. It's in mine. That's why I show up. So otherwise I wouldn't be here. But with that, Cara, thank you so much once again. Everybody that's tuned in today, thank you very much. Have an amazing week. And we will see everybody next week. And of course, any questions at all, you're all free to reach out to me on social media. I'm always available to chat with you. Take care, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
Cara. Okay.